Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third edition of GCC Summit organized by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India at Hyderabad, which is the GCC hub of the entire country. And we have with us Mithilesh Reddy, who is a chartered accountant and the founder and CEO of SVC. Welcome, Mithilesh, into this podcast. And can we have a brief reaction from you on how you have witnessed this GCC Summit being organized by Institute of Chartered Accountants of India?
It's really fantastic, sir. I mean, the platform that is created and the way it is being organized, I think it's a world-class event, I would say. But, the response that came from the industry people or from non-practitioners was very good. So that's the most important thing. And second, the learning that we are giving to the first generation or upcoming chartered accountants is impeccable. So, that bridges a lot of gap. So,
Very good, Mithilesh. So we wanted to know, like through your medium, your experience while you started your journey as a chartered accountant, and to where you are today. What is that all about? And so that new practitioners who into tier 2 and tier 3 city get some motivation, some experience about what you have done differently than a regular or a traditional chartered accountant in practice.
first you have to be, regular only, sir. Then, that indifference, experience, and learnings will come, which will mold you across. So, if you start having that distinct approach, I have to do something different from the beginning, it may be looked at differently. So, you should. I always felt that, let the fundamentals be correct, let the basics be correct. You always be grounded, be loyal, deliver. And then at some point of time, you get opportunities, and if those opportunities are really encashed and with a proper approach, I think it will turn your life. So, right time, right place, they say. So, those are the things that really matter. So, and ecosystem also blesses you with some opportunities at some point. So, having talent is one thing, having trust is the second thing, I would say, and having the technology at the right time adoption also is the other part. So most of them, they have two or three things, but they miss out on the third or fourth thing and get disappointed with it. So I did everything on a regular way, but maybe I encashed an opportunity, I made a point, I was bold, that's it.
So again, the same thing, like definitely the mindset, the purpose, the objectives, and putting things right in the right place. Like some specific examples which you have done to take you to where you are today.
So first of all, I am not that big also, but it's only 20% of what we actually want to achieve. But I'll tell you two or three instances when I came out of Big Four and I was about to start practice like any other young chartered accountant. We were only two or three people, and when I wrote on the board that so many departments, so many people, I want a HR, I want a admin, I want a IT person. My partners were, the staff were laughing. They said, "Tu pagal ho gaya." All this is not possible in CA practice. But today, if you ask me, we have everything right now. So it took time, but what I'm trying to tell you is first you should imagine and, be passionate about it, that, these are the things that will actually take you along. And most of the CA firms, I think, on the support system, on the ecosystem, they're not focusing.
Right. So that's a very powerful message which you are giving, that if you have that bigger objectives, a vision, which you plan it, dream it, and believe in it, I think that's the way to go forward, and not just depend on what it had been and what it used to be, rather going beyond. That's the way to go forward. A few pieces of advice which you think the skills which you think today's practitioners and chartered accountant needs to have in the current times, apart from what they know and what they are today?
I think most of them lack courage and communication, and the approach and the curiosity also, they have it, but they're not able to express it also. So,
Right.
so the point that I'm trying to tell you is all the three things: courage, curiosity, and communication. I think all of them have to write it on their desk. And second thing is adoption of the technology, and you know, you have to think beyond compliance and record keeping. It's done. The era is
Nice.
done. So you have to move beyond what it's required, and adding the value is beyond recording the numbers. So analysis, delivery, interpretation, you are the cockpit of the organization. So those kind of things has to be done. Actually, CA practice, for me, from consulting side, if you see it, it's more of a entrepreneur or business mindset, and we always looked at it that way. Uh, that's the difference of training, getting trained at a Big Four. So the difference between the regular firm and the Big Four firm, and I was very lucky to get trained.
Yeah, yeah. I think yes. So I think these three powerful words of courage, curiosity, and communication, that definitely plays a very important role in that push which
Yeah.
we need to push to network, push to connect, engage, inspire, collaborate. I think all these words, if we really understand deeper meaning of it and actually work on those lines, that makes a total different dimensions when you are interacting with your clients, you are interacting with your team, to all the people around you to understand that, yeah, if the person, you have to walk the talk, show them that leadership, and people will start working towards that direction. Great. Uh, One more question, like how do you see India, in this GCC ecospace? Like we speak about, well, we have 1800 GCCs. What's the future you think from your perspective is going in next
I
three to
think it
five
will be
years?
a transformational shift from being a captive or a back office to uh, a delivery center or a R&D or an innovation hub, sir. I'm seeing that happening, and most of us, when we started practice or when we would have qualified, it was more of a BPO or a back office kind of a stuff. But if you look at GCCs now, they are able to create a full-fledged product here. They're able to create innovation centers here. They have, semiconductor technologies being developed here. Manufacturing capabilities are different. Designing capabilities are different.
Right.
And if H1Bs are not there, don't worry. You can create it here is what
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
yeah,
to do. I
absolutely.
think government also is thinking about creating those facilities, and mostly it will be a outbound kind of a situation, not inbound anymore.
Right.
And that shift will happen is what I'm trying to see. I'm trying to visualize, and mostly in the next 10 years, that will definitely happen. And in our space, I think from financial process accounting or outsourcing support, that outsourcing word will move away because it's being dealt with that 25% tariff or whatever. But I think it's going to be a knowledge process delivery center, knowledge
Right.
process outsourcing. So you'll grow beyond it.
Yeah, so it's a journey which we all are working upon. The adaptability becomes very important, and as I said, the skills and all the tools which we know, all these plays a very important role. One last question for you, since you are also a chartered accountant, ICAI with this theme from ledgers to global leadership.
Yeah.
The entire line, this tagline says enough. What is your intake on that?
I created another tagline, sir. Ledgers record history, leaders create history. So,
Wow.
so I liked that tag when I first time saw it. So I was working with my graphic designer, and something came up like that. So it was a really inspiring quote, and
And you believe in it, that
yeah,
chartered
yeah.
accountants are going to
So
shape GCCs. Great. So that was Mithilesh Reddy with us at this very young age. He has this aspiration. He started with, a big organization, started doing his own practice, and his journey was inspiring to say when he was in his boardroom with few people, he was thinking about, a big organization, how he can have separate department with such a small team. That thought process is important. When we say that, unless and until I don't get to those 100 people, 200 people, what's the point making a website? What's the point making a department? What's the point doing these things? So we always go after, which means if we don't prepare ourselves today, how can we get things towards us? So I think this is one big lesson which we want to take it forward, that start investing in yourself, in your team, into the experience which you think. If you really want to go to that level, start believing in that and start working on that direction. So thank you so much, Mithilesh, for being with us. It was wonderful interacting with you, and we look forward for more interactions and engagement in future. Thank you.